All right, Champions League is back this week, back on Tuesday. Finally, this is everyone's favorite competition. This is the passion of European soccer is in the Champions League kicking up on Tuesday. We want to quickly go over some of the groups. We'll start with Barcelona's group, which is Group C, the group of death. Bayern, Barcelona, Inter, and Victoria Plzen. I don't know if that's really how you say that, but
I have no idea how to pronounce it.
I personally think Barca's going to top this group. Barca's going to top, and then Bayern's going to come in second place, and then Inter is going to go down.
We'll see. I mean, once again, Barca in the group of death or a very competitive group, and once again, Real Madrid in the
We don't always have an easy group.
cute
We
little
don't.
group. More
We
often than
don't. We
not,
don't always have an easy group.
more often than not, you definitely do. At least way more often than Barca.
This year, the luck of the group is crazy for Madrid.
It's always the luck of the group.
Nah, we have hard groups before, but not this year is crazy.
It's more close to par than when they get a hard group. Anyways, I think it's going to be interesting to see. I think it's a good thing that Barca got Victoria first. And the reason
unless you lose, then it's a bad thing.
Then it's a horrible thing. Yeah. That would be heartbreaking. So the reason I say that is because it is a long next few weeks for every club in Europe, and Barca does have a bit of an not as difficult schedule in La Liga going forward. And I think it's a good chance for them to rotate players or not rotate players and just get that chemistry more down pat than they do now. I think that a lot of the mistakes that they're making have to do with the fact that it's a bunch of new players playing together as opposed to players that have been there for a long time and kind of know the ins and outs, and instead of a line of really old men who, aren't in their heyday anymore, which is what it was for a while before Araujo was there. And even when he was there, it was Piqué, Alba, and Sergio Roberto, or Dest, who I guess wasn't super convincing, and that's why he's out on loan. But I think it's going to be an interesting group. You say they're going to top the group. I'd love to see that. I don't know if they will. I do think they go through, but I think it's going to be a tough path, and their mental is going to have to be strong in order for them to get through. They're going to have to be a true team. They're going to have to learn to work off each other, at least in my opinion, better than they did on Saturday. It's going to have to be less selfish, especially against better defenses like Bayern, who always seem to be extremely solid. And going up against a team like Bayern, for some reason, we always get them in the Champions League. And last year was bad, real bad. So we'll see what ends up happening, but I do think that it's a good chance for us to see the difference in the team that we have now and the team we had last year. I think that those two games against Bayern will truly show where we are versus where we were. And
at least there won't be any 8-2s this year.
Yeah, it won't be as bad for sure. And if they run up the tab, I'm sure that we can also run up a tab as well, at least much better this year than we did last year. So I don't know if they'll top the group. I hope they do, but I do think Barca gets through.
I'm actually really curious, obviously, for the Barca Bayern match, but I want to see Barca versus Inter just because, with Lukaku.
And they're going to play them twice right in a row.
Yeah, back to back. This is the third and fourth game. I want to see how Barca holds up against, a striking force of Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez, two very physical forwards that Barca is not going to receive a challenge quite like that in the league or even against Bayern. It's a very unique set of problems that's going against someone like Lukaku gives you. So that'll be interesting to see just how Barca adapts to a different, style of attack.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I actually also am interested to see them go up against Inter. And also for that reason, I'm actually a little bit not as worried because instead of old man Piqué, we have Araujo, who's also a physical defender. He's
Right.
not slow. Same with Kunde, physical defender, not slow. Um, because of the system that Inter plays, 4-4-2, I think instead of a lot of the teams in La Liga either play 4-3-3 and a lot of them play 3-5-1. So it's a lot of down the wing, a lot of opening up and crossing. So we'll see. I don't know exactly how Inter is going to come out. I'm sure they're going to have a lot of crossing, and it's going to be a true test, I think, for Barca's set piece defenses, which have always been a problem, especially in the air. But now we have Araujo and Kunde, who are both big players,
Maybe you need to
strong
put in like
players.
Christensen against Lukaku or
Yeah,
something like that.
maybe that's also possibly something they'll do. Not only that, he's a former teammate of Christensen, so maybe he has some insight as to maybe how to better defend him.
That's true. Looking at some of these other groups, we don't have to spend too much time on the Madrid group. I think that one is pretty
I
much a
think
wrap.
Madrid goes out in that group.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Celtic, Leipzig, Shakhtar, pretty smooth sailing for Madrid, top in the group.
I agree.
Whatever, as per usual.
I think it will be a lot of rotation opportunities for Madrid.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's one thing going for Madrid. I think the other group that people are talking about a lot is Man City, Sevilla, Dortmund, and Copenhagen. Obviously, Man City's favorites to run away with that one, but I think Sevilla and Dortmund could have a pretty interesting battle. Who's going to get that second place spot? Just based on how the season is starting, I think Dortmund is in first place right now in the Bundesliga. I think Sevilla is going to have to drop off.
I think Sevilla will drop off, going back to their beloved Europa League.
The Europa League Kings,
Sevilla. The Europa League Kings, Sevilla. Yeah, I think they're gonna take back their crown this year as kings of Europa League.
You're calling it now.
If they can get their form up, because if they keep playing the way they've been playing, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Man City. I think. I mean, people say every year that they're favorites to go all the way, and they always choke at some point or another. Games they should win or are winning, they always end up somehow getting out. One way or another, it always happens. However, this year they have an X factor, Erling Haaland, who over 5 Premier League games has 10 goals.
That's crazy. They still tied to Aston Villa, though, this weekend.
They still tied to Aston Villa. He was the goal scorer, though. Was he? He was, right?
Yeah, he scored.
Yeah. He was the goal scorer. So even a game that they might have lost, Haaland is the one that ended up getting them a point off that game. So with a player like that, and again, maybe people are setting too high expectations. Obviously, he's not going to be scoring 10 goals every 5 games. He's not going to end up with that many goals. He's not going to end up with
he would be on pace for like over 60 goals right now 60 or something.
Goals, there's no way that's going to happen. I mean, maybe, who knows, but it doesn't. I don't think it will. That being said, we'll see if they choke again. But I think with Haaland there, they have a much better chance.
Yeah, they'll choke. So, and then a few of the other groups we're just going to quickly touch on. Group
PSG, A, Juventus, Benfica, Maccabi is Group H.
Group H, PSG is going to dominate. Yeah. Probably Juve will get second place. Group E, Milan, Chelsea, Salzburg, Dinamo Zagreb. That's going to be Chelsea and Milan, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Group D, we got Frankfurt, Tottenham, Sporting, and Marseille. I think Tottenham will top the group.
I'm interested to see who goes second. Honestly,
yeah,
Sporting's not bad. Marseille's not bad. Frankfurt is not bad. They're all decent teams around the same level.
All of those teams could go through. That's
Frankfurt. Yeah, Frankfurt won the Europa League. So
yeah, and then Group B is Porto, Atletico, Bayern, Leverkusen, Club Brugge, and then Group A is Ajax, Liverpool, Napoli, Rangers. Liverpool is not having a great season, but Ajax just lost.
A great season.
Ajax just lost their big star, Antony, which will probably make it easier on them. So I think Liverpool and Napoli take that group.
I don't know. I think Ajax always has some trick up their sleeve. They're always a solid team. They always somehow put the other team under pressure. I don't know if it's just the system they play. And they always have kids just pumping out of that youth academy. So we'll see. I'm sure they'll have another Anthony soon.
That's true. But we got to wrap. So we'll be back with more Champions League and La Liga analysis and then whatever else we feel like talking about. So see you guys later.
Peace.